bodies of the Council of Europe, the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities has become one of the main guarantors of territorial democracy on our continent and a substantial political partner in dialogue. It is an assembly of 636 elected representatives made up of mayors, regional and municipal councillors and presidents of regions. Its role is the furtherance of local and regional democracy in the 47 Council of Europe member states.
Andreas Kiefer, you are Secretary General of the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities here at the Council of Europe. Indeed, some people would say that you are the watchdog of grassroots democracy. Now, how would you say the Congress best protects democracy at the local level and at the regional level in Europe?
Actually, we have two instruments. One is monitoring the European Charter of Local Self-Government, a Council of Europe treaty ratified by 47 member states, and to observe local and regional elections.
Monitoring, it sounds quite technical. What does it actually mean in practical, real grassroots terms?
Our rapporteurs go to our member states to assess the compliance of our member states with the principles of this European Charter of Local Self-Government. That means we discuss competencies of municipalities. Do they have enough autonomy to perform properly? Financial resources to be able to implement the policies that they're expected to deliver for our citizens. Consultation processes. Is there a dialogue between the different levels of government? And finally, we also look into the question if there are legal remedies to protect local autonomy.
Interesting indeed. Let's look at the way now that the Congress organises its monitoring missions in practical terms.
The Congress has equipped itself with an instrument in a class of its own, the European Charter of Local Self-Government, by which the rights of local and regional entities are enshrined in the law. It is the sole instrument to be truly binding on the 47 states which have ratified it. It lays down the common standards securing the rights of the communities and of their elected representatives. From the time of signature onwards, each member state undergoes monitoring regularly.
Over the years, as to which cases we look at.
Monitoring missions are visits by a delegation consisting of 2 rapporteurs and 1 independent expert. An information file is prepared in advance so that the rapporteurs can acquaint themselves with the situation of the country before going there. The aim of the missions is both to ascertain that the states which have ratified the Charter are definitely honouring their undertakings and to institute an open, constructive dialogue.
Small town called Rheine.
Secretary General, you also mentioned the fact that the Congress observes local and regional elections across the member states. What would you say are the details of those missions?
While we have a work program to monitor the European Charter of Local Self-Government, and every country is being visited every 5 years approximately, to observe local and regional elections, we need an invitation from the member states concerned, and we react to those individually. Election observation takes place in a concept, in a program, which means we are looking not only on election day, like how the counting in the polling station is being performed, but we have also a part where we analyze the pre-electoral phase, voter registration, access to media, and then around election day, we look into what is happening in the polling stations, how the votes are counted, and how also the information then is given to the public. Here we apply international standards, as do other international organizations, to have the same standards applied for national elections as well as for local and regional elections.
That sounds exciting. Let's have a look now at the way in which the Congress actually carries out its activities for looking at local elections across Europe.
The Congress's other principal task is to observe local and regional elections in Europe and to ensure their free and fair conduct. To carry out this observation, a Congress delegation is set up. It is composed of local and regional elected representatives from other member countries, so that the examination is made among peers. Each year, several missions are launched at the invitation of individual states. The Congress delegation is deployed throughout the country. The members meet the administrative authorities, representatives of media, civil society and political parties, and verify the list of candidates in order to ensure genuinely democratic elections. Freedom of expression and equal access of candidates to the media and to the apportionment of funds are among the most important things under observation. Back at the Congress, for monitoring missions and election observation missions alike, a rapporteur writes a report presenting the observations made during the missions and summarising the situation of the country. The report makes a number of recommendations, and this text is subsequently adopted by the Congress in plenary session.
Secretary-General, the Congress has recently developed strategies to better follow up the recommendations made to Council of Europe member states, resulting from the monitoring of elections. What do these strategies actually look like?
Well, we are sure that the reports and the recommendation that the Congress adopts are not meant to be shelved. They should be given a meaningful follow-up. And therefore, in October 2013, the Congress adopted a strategy on post-monitoring and post-election observation dialogue with member states' governments. That means a political dialogue between the Congress and its rapporteurs on one side and the respective governments to develop action plans and, before that, a roadmap. What are the priorities from our recommendations that the member states identify as a priority from their side? And then, in this political dialogue, we develop concrete activities in those member states.
The recommendations adopted at the sessions must be implemented. To establish a concrete political dialogue, post-monitoring missions are organised in the member states in the following years, at the invitation of these same states. These missions consist of an exchange of views, a political discussion with the authorities to understand what the problems are, and the development of a roadmap to apply the recommendations. Monitoring and observation of elections are the two pillars of the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities. Within the Council of Europe, this political assembly is the voice of cities and regions and the guarantee of grassroots democracy. Every year, improvements are identified through dialogue and listening, a real encouragement for the future.